Hello, hello, hello there. How are you? How are you doing today? Well, today I want to talk about something that good wives never ever do. Good wives never ever do. Now, if you like content like this, financing, how to navigate through your finances and relationships, this is the channel for you. So I'd like for you to like, share, and subscribe this video. This is not going to be a long video, but I want to put this out there today because so many of us, we do this, and we started doing this, I believe, since we were maybe having our first relationship or first boyfriend. If he did this, if he did that, we would get on the phone and we would tell our girlfriends, or we would complain to our aunties or our moms or dads, whatever. So we started off with this bad attitude since our first relationship. But this relationship, a man and a woman that God has joined together, and he says, let no man put asunder. He also says the two shall become one. He created what? Male and female to join together, to put each other first, not the children. And that's going to be another video, right? But to be as one. And when you're as one, right? If my body belonged, like if we shared a body, right? Even if I'm angry at you, I'm not going to cut you, because then I'll be cutting myself, right? I'm not going to spit in your face, because then I'll be spitting in my own face, right? I'm not going to talk bad about you, because then I'm talking bad about me, because we are one. And I believe that is something that wives don't usually take into consideration, that they and their significant other, the man that they stood before God and man and said that they would honor, they are now talking crap about them when they have a blow up, a fight, a disagreement, an argument, whatever you may call it. They run to mommy. A lot of you ladies, you do that. You run to your mommy, or maybe your daddy, or your bestie, right? That's what you do. And God forbid if they should ever leak it and it gets back to your husband. You ladies would feel so ashamed. Now, women are emotional beings. So are men, but I think we're a little more emotional than a lot of men. And I believe what we do is we wear everything on our sleeves, everything, our emotions, everything. And we take things a lot more seriously. We take things to heart more than I believe the opposite sex does, right? So here it is. You had a disagreement with your husband, right? And it might not have been a respectful disagreement. It could be where you start raising your voice, he's raising his voice, words are said that you can never take back. And then guess what you do? You call up your girlfriend, you're telling your girlfriend, you're telling your sister, you're telling your mom, you're telling your dad, you're telling everyone about what just transpired between you and your same person, because your husband is you and your husband. He says the two shall become one. So now you start telling on yourself. You're absolutely telling on yourself, because many times too, while you're dishing your dirt to your mom, your auntie, your uncle, or the dog, the cat, whoever will listen to you, sometimes people are thinking, what did she do? Oh, excuse me. They may not even ask you. They may not even say, how did it start? What did you do? I know how you can be. Now, if you've got a real friend, she'll call you out on it. And she'll say, whoa, what is going on here today? She'll say, so and so, I know you're this way and I know you're that way. I know you have a temper. But a lot of times, especially if it's your single girlfriend, and you know, misery loves company, she's like, oh my gosh, I knew he was like that. I knew he had a temper. I know he must have said something to let you go off like that. So this friend is not even making you take accountability for your part in the argument, because this friend doesn't really care because she doesn't have a man. She doesn't even have a boyfriend. And a lot of times, sometimes your so-called bestie, your bestie, low-key is jealous of your relationship and she loves it whenever you're calling. And then she calls the other friend and she says, oh, guess what? Guess who just called me? Yeah, you know, she acts as if, you know, they have this perfect marriage. But then last night, girl, they had a blow up and he said this to her and she said that to him and blah, 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 blah. And they're just going, right? You are their topic of conversation and everyone's having a good time on your expense and your other self, your oneness with your husband. Remember, he's your one. So now you and your husband, because you love each other, realize that, you know what, that got out of hand. It should have never happened. Honey, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I apologize. And he's apologizing profusely. He's bringing you flowers. He's saying, you know, I had a bad week at the office. They're downsizing and I don't know if I'm going to be one of them. I took it out on you. Or you say, honey, I was having a really bad week with the kids. You know, they're both sick. They've got a runny nose. You know, I'm working from home and I'm also having to take care of them because the daycare won't allow them there because they've got the flu and I just flew off on you. No pun intended. Do you know what I mean? And they make up. And that's it. Until the next one. Because here's the thing. For every good marriage that is out there, there have been bad months, bad years, bad days. So I'll give you an example. Maybe the first 7 years was ick. And then the next 5, you know, you're kind of good. You're good. You're best friends. You're back to being like, you know, the honeymoon stage because you went through some, you know, the really hicky years of the 7-year, you know, thing that they talk about. Now you're good. And then something happens in the 5th year where maybe one got sick, someone got laid off of work, someone's spending too much time at work, someone's having an emotional affair, someone is having this, you know, bestie with the opposite sex, things start to happen, people start to argue, whatever it is, or mother-in-law moves in, mother-in-law not getting along with wifey, or mother-in-law not getting along with huzzy. Like there's a multiple range of things, having to move, having to downsize because of finances, whatever it is, or just going through a midlife crisis, just being like really grumpy. And that could even last for another 5, 6, 7 years. It happens. You know, I heard Michelle Obama said that she could not stand Obama for 10 years. You modern women or you women of today would be like, done, close the door, lock the key, throw away the key, I'm done, right? Because every marriage has a season. But eventually, I'm telling you this, ladies, eventually it irons out itself. If the love and the respect is intact, or you can build it back, you can live out the rest of your marriage in heaven. But that won't happen if you keep running your mouth every single time you and your husband have an argument. Because let me tell you why you should not do that, ladies. Number one, you are disrespecting your husband. And remember, I said in my previous video, men don't need your love or want your love and affection. And they don't want your respect. They need your respect. And once they have your respect, they now know that you love them. They know that you love them. They're so sure, they feel secure in your love, because the number one thing that man needs is respect. You can buy the flowers for him. You can be Miss Sweetie to him. But if you disrespect him, none of that matters. None of that counts. And one of the ways that you ladies with your big mouths disrespect your husband is going on that phone and telling your girlfriend about what happened and how you guys don't do it. Don't do it. The only person you're supposed to talk to about that is your own self, your husband. Remember, the two shall become one. And a man shall leave his mother and his father and cleave. So now you're both cleaved to each other. Why are you dissing yourself? Why are you maligning yourself, talking bad about yourself? When you talk bad about your husband, you're talking bad about you. And here is the thing why you should not do it, ladies. When you have forgotten and you both have made up, your friends didn't forget. Your mom didn't forget. Your dad didn't forget. Your auntie didn't forget. The cat didn't forget. The dog didn't forget. And here is what will happen. Now, this man is treated by your friends and your family like the plague from hell. And now you're all hurt. You're all in your feelings. Why are you all treating him like that? Well, because of you. You told on yourself. You maligned yourself. You spoke bad about yourself. And now they're treating yourself. It's off-putting. They're not lovey-dovey. Your mom is no longer, oh, that's my son. I love my son. She's now giving the one that you love, the part of you, the cold shoulder. She now doesn't trust him. Your friends are now giving him the side eye and making him feel like dirt, like crap. Ladies, don't do it. Keep your things private. You have an argument, you have a fight, you have a disagreement, whatever it is, shut your big trap and wait until everything blows off, and then you have a conversation with you and your man. And if it's that bad where you can't sort it out, go to the pastor, if he's a trusted pastor, that is, of your church, have that conversation, see a marriage counselor, and you work through your issues. But stop. You talk too much, you chat too much. It's time for you to treat your own self, you, the other part of you, with respect, with love, with grace, with humility, forgiveness. And I'm telling you, then you won't have your family and your friends looking at your husband as if he's something the cat just done dragged in. That's all for today, ladies. Remember to share this video if you know someone that does that, and let them know that you sent this in love. Take care now and have a great day, because it is a great day. It is a great day to have a great day in your marriage. Do something sweet for your hubby today. Take care now. Bye-bye.